is Linda McEvoy, and I'm a professor at the Herbert Wertheim School of Public Health and Human Longevity Science and in the Department of Radiology here at UCSD. I do research on brain changes in aging and dementia, often using neuroimaging. And I'm here today to provide you with some information on participating in research that involves getting a magnetic resonance image or an MRI. You probably have a lot of questions, and we hope this short video will help answer some of those questions. So first of all, you might be wondering, what is an MRI? A magnetic resonance imaging scan, or MRI as we call it, is a painless, non-invasive procedure that takes pictures of the inside of your body or your brain. The MRI machine uses a large magnet, radio waves, and a computer to make pictures of your body. It does not involve any radiation exposure. It's a very safe and common procedure. MRIs provide a very detailed look at brain structure and even brain function, so that we can learn about how the brain changes in healthy aging and how it changes in various diseases such as Alzheimer's disease and other related dementias. Many of our studies are looking for early indicators of these diseases so that we can accurately identify people who are at increased risk for developing these diseases. And other studies may be trying to tell the difference between different types of diseases. And this is important for ensuring that we involve the correct participants in studies that are focused on those diseases. Some studies look at how differences in the brain relate to differences in our cognitive abilities, like our ability to remember or to accurately detect an odor. All of our studies are very important for helping to better understand what happens in the brain as we age and as we start to develop dementia. And this information, we hope, will eventually help in developing methods to prevent or slow the progression of neurodegenerative disorders that cause dementia. So your participation is very important, and we're very grateful for it. You might be wondering if there are any risks involved with getting an MRI. MRIs are a very safe and common clinical procedure. There are no known risks from the MRI itself, but some people should not get scanned. Being exposed to the strong magnetic field is not harmful unless you have certain types of metal in your body or certain implants. Magnetic fields can interfere with the working of a pacemaker or a defibrillator, so people who have those implants cannot participate in a research MRI study. Nor can people who may have metal fragments in their eyes or in certain parts of their body. You'll be carefully screened by a technician to ensure that it's safe for you to undergo an MRI. The only other risks are risks of metal objects in the room being pulled into the scanner, but there are careful procedures in place to make sure no one brings any unapproved metal objects into the scanning room. Also, there is a risk to your hearing because the scanner makes a loud banging noise when it's acquiring the data, but you will be given earplugs and headphones to protect your hearing. You're probably wondering what it'll be like to get an MRI. First of all, you'll be screened by the technician to make sure that it's safe for you to be scanned. Then you'll be asked to remove any metal that you may be wearing. This includes jewelry, watches, hearing aids, or removable dentures that have metal components. You'll be asked to take everything out of your pockets, phones, keys, wallets, and they'll be put in a safe place while you're scanned. The technician may use a metal wand to make sure that you haven't forgotten to remove anything that you might, or any metal that you might be wearing or have in your pockets. Then, when the MRI technician decides that it's safe, you will be able to go into the scanner room and you will lie down on a gurney. You'll be given cushions to make sure you're comfortable. And you'll be given earplugs and headphones to protect your hearing and to enable you to hear the technicians talk with you during the procedure. Because the MRI procedure is quite loud and the technicians may not hear you, you'll also be given a call button to push to communicate with them during the scan. Once you're comfortably lying in the gurney, the MRI coils, which look like a plastic cage, will just be slid down on top of your head. The technician will ensure that your head is in the correct position, and small cushions will be placed around to make sure that you can keep your head still during the scan. Then the technician will slide the gurney into the scanner. Both ends of the magnetic scanner are open, but some people still may feel claustrophobic. You should let the technician know if you suffer from claustrophobia so that they can make sure you're comfortable with the procedure. Once you're comfortably in the scanner, the technician will go into the control room and communicate with you through the headphones. You'll be asked to lie still during the scan. Just like with a typical camera, the pictures will turn out blurry if you move while the data are being acquired. And you'll know when that's happening because you'll hear those loud banging sounds. The technician will give you precise instructions on what you should be doing during the scans, and usually that involves just relaxing. But in some studies, you may be asked to do a task while you're being scanned, like remembering words. The technician will instruct you on what to do and will make sure that you understand all the instructions before the scan begins. Some studies use a contrast agent to obtain even more information from the MRI. This involves getting an injection of a dye called gadolinium that helps provide more sensitive information on the brain and its function. If the study that you're participating in involves the use of a contrast agent, you'll be given more information about this from one of the research investigators. So you may be wondering about how you should prepare for your MRI scan. You'll be asked to wear comfortable, loose-fitting clothes that do not contain metal buttons, zippers, snaps, or sequins. Having a metal zipper in your pants is okay. You should be prepared to lie in the scanner for up to an hour, but the technician will let you know exactly how much time it'll take. And lastly, you might be wondering what will happen if the MRI shows something unexpected. It's important to know that although MRIs are used clinically, the scans that you're receiving are designed for research, and they may not be the same type of scans that clinicians use and are not designed to detect clinical abnormalities. Additionally, the research scans are not examined by a clinical radiologist. However, in some rare cases, the technicians may see abnormalities in the scans. They may then ask a radiologist to review the scans, in which case you'll be given the report and will be advised to discuss the findings with your doctor. So thank you very much for your interest in participating in research. If you have more questions about receiving a research MRI, please ask the study coordinator or technician. They'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.